Hey everybody, it's Nikki Febs. In today's video, I would like to specifically talk to the class of 2020. Class of 2020, congratulations. You have either already graduated or you're set to graduate soon. You're off to your respected universities, jobs, general life experience in the fall. But first, it's summer 2020, and I'm sure you didn't plan on spending it this way. But neither did any of us. I think we can all agree that summer 2020, regardless of what's going on, is going to be revolutionary. A revolutionary society so desperately needs for equality and justice for all genders, religions, and most importantly, races. You've probably heard it every single day since the senseless murder of George Floyd. Black lives matter. And they do. And if you are someone who disagrees with that statement and you judge people based on the color of their skin over the content of their character, not only get off this video, but get off ever giving an opinion in our society and contributing to our society ever again. There is no room for hate, there is no room for negativity, and there is no room for judging people based on the color of their skin, the gender they were given or choose to take on, or the religion that they practice. There's no room anywhere for that type of disgusting hate. For someone who disagrees with anything I've said in this video, fuck off now. We don't want to hear from you. I don't want to talk to those assholes. Instead, I want to talk to the people in the class of 2020 who are outraged by what has been going on in the society, who are pissed off, who are absolutely disgusted by police brutality, the people who are out there signing petitions every day, sharing those petitions, calling out their friends, donating money even though they don't have money to donate, people who are hashtagging Operation Bluefall and defund the police and justice for Breonna Taylor, and specifically the ones who are on the front lines protesting peacefully and respectfully for change and equality that we so desperately need. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again probably 17 times in this video. Equality and justice is something that we strive for. Black lives matter. If you do not agree with that statement, you are the problem. Educate yourselves. Of course, all lives matter, but currently, there is one specific race that has not been shown that they matter, and they fucking do. The people I want to talk to are those who are leading the revolution. Not only do I want to thank you, but I want to further ask more of you. Everybody has been saying it all over the news and social media that this is going to go down in the history books. But my question for you is it really going to go down in the history books? Just to give you a little insight on my basic high school education of history, we were taught that the revolution didn't start until the 60s when Rosa Parks refused to get up from her seat, that Martin Luther King was good, and that Malcolm X was bad. That's about it. If anyone had a similar history lesson to me, I want to let you know that trying to get equality for everybody started about 200 years before that in America. I mean, honestly, do you really think that we came over peacefully on a bunch of different boats and then broke bread all amicably with the Native Americans? That's not right. That's not true. The settlers who came over to this country to begin with were escaping harsh and cruel worlds in their minds. And then they came over and became the things that they were escaping. We did not break bread peacefully with the Native Americans. They came over, they murdered, they raped, and they pillaged. What are you thinking? History is so corrupt. The people who teach us history are so corrupt. The education system in America specifically is so corrupt. How do I not know 200 years of history that should be known? It's asking for equality. Why does it matter if someone has a different color of my skin? We're all the same. You judge people on the content of their character, not the color of their skin. I judge people based on how they treat others, on how they treat me, on how they treat strangers. I don't judge people because of the way they fucking look. The education system, specifically in America, because I can only really speak for America, is fucked up. It's corrupt. And most importantly, it's whitewashed. I'll be damned if my future children come home and tell me that they learned about summer 2020 and what they learned included 5 days of rioting and then finally the arrests of the 4 murderers of George Floyd. I will be damned if that is what this gets chalked up to in the history books, because it's not over. Breonna Taylor's murderers are still out there. Within the past week, 5 black individuals have turned up dead, and 4 of those have been deemed suicides. 4 men hanging from trees is not suicide, it's lynching. It's murder. It has been executed by people who were white supremacists and members of the KKK, and that is still a thing we have to worry about in 2020. If the future history books chalk this up to a 5-day event which included looting and violence, it just proves that we did not succeed, that hate is still around, and that nothing has changed. So I'm begging, I'm begging the class of 2020, wherever you're off to in the fall, if you were outraged by the events that are happening in this world, consider an education major. Consider a major in the medical field. Consider a major in broadcast television. Consider working in the fields. Consider a law degree. Consider working in the fields that can really change things. Consider becoming an educator, teaching people what happened in history. You have time, you're young, you're smart, you're gonna go a million different places, but consider going down the route of educating others, of continuing the fight, of joining the system within and demolishing it. Break the curve, even consider becoming a police officer. Maybe not. Consider doing these things, consider changing the world from within. And to be about 100% real with you guys, probably only 5% of you are going to become TikTok famous. So, class of 2020, you have nothing but the future. You are full of nothing but promise. From what I've seen from the people all over social media, 18 to 22, you all want change. You all want equality. And if you found someone who doesn't want it, you are exposing their ass. Go off, Sky Jackson. You should be. You should be exposing anybody who is carrying out hate based on the color of someone's skin. It's disgusting. It's pathetic. So congratulations to the class of 2020 who are fighting for the change. I really hope that this fall you consider becoming a teacher, becoming a lawyer, becoming a doctor, becoming a broadcast agent, becoming a journalist, becoming somebody who can change the way the world thinks and the way the world speaks. Because right now, the world is thinking really fucked up and they are speaking nothing but disgusting hate. We need to change that. I'm going to go ahead and go. I really hope that this educated some of you. I hope that it agreed with most of you, and I hope that the class of 2020 is really going to consider changing history from within, because you guys can do it. All proceeds from this video are going to go to Black Lives Matter charities. I'm going to leave petitions that need your signature in the bottom bar below. And please remember, even though social media and even though the news are not showing it, the protests are not over. Equality is not achieved. Breonna Taylor's murderers are still out living their lives, roaming free. We still have a lot of work to do, so please continue to keep fighting. Black Lives Matter.